Hey everybody, today I'm making vegan quesadillas inspired by the book, The 30-Day Alzheimer's Solution. So this book is written by two very highly regarded neurologists. They're a husband and wife team. And the book is all about giving you a brain healthy menu to help prevent Alzheimer's. But in the book, they talk about how their plan is not only going to help prevent Alzheimer's, it's going to help you with better brain health overall. So you can expect to have improved memory, improved productivity and creativity, better overall sleep. This type of eating is also supposed to help reduce anxiety and depression and just overall improve your happiness. And the reason it does that is because it's all about reducing inflammation. And when you reduce inflammation in the brain, you're gonna just overall feel better. One of the things they say in the book that I absolutely love is that every meal can make or break your brain. And the reason I love this so much is because this is how I approach food as well. I really believe that every time you eat, it's an opportunity to nourish yourself, and especially during times of stress, when you're feeling really run down or when you're feeling sick, it's really important that you make the right food choices and you choose food that's going to help your body heal and take care of yourself, rather than choosing something that's going to further the stress on your body and just make you overall feel worse. So I love that they say this in the book as well, and I think that's a really important concept. Now in the book, they give you a lot of really simple rules to follow. So it's a very doable approach to eating. Overall, it's a plant-based diet. It's low in saturated fat, it's low in sugar and processed foods, and then also they talk about the importance of omega-3s. Because it's a plant-based diet, they get their omega-3s from things like flaxseed and chia seeds. Now, this is actually really interesting because recently on this YouTube channel, I reviewed a book called Biohack Your Brain, and their approach is so similar to the approach taken in that book. So I found that really interesting. If you haven't watched that video yet, you can find that on my YouTube channel as well. And if you like these types of videos, make sure you subscribe while you're there. So to make sure this video isn't too long, I'm not going to go into all of their rules today, but one thing I wanted to share with you was their list of Neuro 9 foods that they say you should eat every day for brain health. So those foods are green leafy veggies, whole grains, seeds, beans and legumes, berries, nuts, cruciferous vegetables, so things like Brussels sprouts and cauliflower and broccoli, and tea, especially green and oolong tea, and then herbs and spices. They also have a list of what they call the Thoughtful 20 brain nourishing foods, and on that list you'll find things like mushrooms, turmeric, beets, and cacao powder. So lots of things that we talk about here on this YouTube channel, which is pretty cool. One of the reasons I wanted to pick up this book is because I wanted some recipe inspiration for myself, and I'm always looking for ways to improve my own brain health. In the kitchen, I keep things really simple, and I think that their recipes are pretty doable. I would probably adjust most of them just to make them a little bit easier, and that's actually what we're going to be doing today. So in the book, they have a quesadilla recipe. It's a little bit more complicated than what I'm going to show you right now. For example, they have you making your own cashew cream, which is their substitute for cheese in their quesadilla. I just can't find the time to do things like that. So I actually went out to a local cafe that I know makes really good organic food, and I bought some cashew cream yesterday, which I'm gonna use in these quesadillas today. One other thing is that in their recipe, they say to put corn and raw cabbage in the quesadillas, and I'm not gonna put either of them in mine. I don't like corn in my quesadillas, and I can't eat raw cabbage. It hurts my stomach so much. So the reason they include the raw cabbage is so that you get the cruciferous veggies, which are on their Neuro 9 list. I eat so many cruciferous veggies in my everyday life that I'm not really worried about putting it in this quesadilla. If I was to eat this as an actual meal, I would probably just have a big side of veggies with it. So the other thing I was thinking that you could do, which would be super yum, is to have some kale chips on the side, and kale is a cruciferous veggie, so you would also be ticking that box. So on that note, what I'm gonna do now is start to assemble this quesadilla. And I've actually never tried this before, so it's going to be really interesting. I hope I actually like it, otherwise I might not even release this video. A couple of other things in terms of ingredients. Normally I would cook my own beans, but I thought a lot of you probably don't do that, so I'm just going to use canned beans today to make this even easier. And basically what I'm going to do is turn the camera over so you can watch me assemble it. I'm going to use beans. I'm going to use the cashew sauce that I got from the cafe. I'm going to use some onions, which I've fried up on the stove behind me. I'm also going to put some chopped spinach so that we get the leafy greens that they include in their list of Neuro 9. And then I'm going to put it in a pan on the stove and toast it all up. And then I'm going to try it here on camera. So I'm going to flip the camera over now and we'll start assembling it. All right, if you've watched my YouTube channel before, you'll know that I am not great at making things look beautiful, but hopefully this is really yummy. As I said, I haven't actually tried this before. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put some of these beans in. And as I said, these are canned beans. I've actually mixed a little bit of this chipotle spice mix into the beans just to give them a little bit of something extra. And I'm just gonna put a little bit in there because I feel like too many beans isn't going to be super nice. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is put some of my cashew cream in there. And I'm just gonna spread that over the beans. Man, this is actually really quite thick, so I think this is where the yumminess is going to come in. So maybe I'll just mix that up because it doesn't seem to just, I thought it would just drizzle over, but that's not the case. Guys, bear with me because as I said, I am not good at making things look beautiful. So we'll just maybe spread that out so it's a little bit even. And then because they said you need to have some greens, we're gonna go in there with some chopped spinach, right? And then the next thing I'm gonna put on there are some onions because I think fried onions are just so delicious in quesadillas. So I fried these off before doing this video. So now that's looking not too bad. And then what I'm going to try to do is fold it over, and then I'm going to go fry it on the stove, and then we'll come back and we'll try it. So this is what it looks like. It smells really good. The cashew sauce actually smells quite cheesy. I mashed up some avocado and I put some salsa on top as well. On their list of Neuro 9 foods, they have herbs and spices. So if you wanted to go next level, you could chop up some fresh cilantro on top, which I often do when I have quesadillas. I just didn't have any in the house while I was filming this. So I'm gonna see if I can get the camera to focus on this for you. So there you go, that's what that looks like, and now we're gonna give it a try. Oh wow, man, that's actually really, really good. I'm surprised that that's so good. Normally when I make quesadillas, I like to use something like chicken, or I cook my own beans, but even with the canned beans, that's really yummy. So this is going to be something that I'm going to put into my repertoire quite regularly, I think, because it's very easy and it's very good. So overall, if you're looking for some brain healthy options, then you definitely should check out this book, The 30-Day Alzheimer Solution. If you're looking for something that's a bit more balanced, that maybe has a bit of meat as well as the plant-based recipes, then you definitely should check out my meal plan. I'll leave a link to it in the description of this video. You can pop over to my website, femalefitnesssystems.com, and check that out. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you again next time. How are you, baby?